Welcome to Flourish in 5, where in 5 minutes or less, we give you simple ideas and information for living happy, healthy, and confident.
Hi, I'm Nikki, and today's episode of Flourish in 5, we're talking about healthy at every age, from your 20s to your 40s to your 70s and beyond. I've got tips for you to live happy, healthy, and confident. So let's get started. So I often hear from my clients that they wish they would have started focusing on their health and wellness at a much earlier age, instead of waiting until they have the aches and pains or maybe health conditions as they get older. But I'm here to tell you that doesn't matter what age you are, you can start right now, today, to live a healthier and active lifestyle well into your later years. Age is a mindset. You know what I'm talking about. We all have that friend who's in their 30s and acts as if they have all the aches and pains of an 80-year-old. And we've all seen the news stories of the 80-year-old man who runs a marathon and beats people half his age. So when we think about our age and how we age actively, when we tell ourselves we're too old to do something, our bodies will start to believe it. So I'm going to challenge you today to reset your mindset a little bit about aging, and I'm going to give you some actionable tips that you can use for every decade to live healthy and happy. So let's first start with some fundamentals that are perfect for anyone at any age, and these are not going to be surprising to you if you have followed me at all. So the first thing is to eat a healthy, balanced diet. So limit the processed foods, limit the added sugar, limit the alcohol. Eat good, filling, high fiber, quality foods. That's the first tip. The second one is drink your water. I'm a broken record on this one. So half your body weight in ounces every day. That's a good place to start. If you work out, you might want to drink a little bit more, but water helps every system in our bodies. And as we age, we can become dehydrated much quicker. So water's really, really important. Sleep. Sleep is the third one. And I've said this before, 7 to 9 hours every night. And it's about the quality versus the quantity. So if you can't get 7 hours, and I'll be the first to admit that I don't sometimes, it's about getting good quality sound sleep for the hours that you do get. So if you only get 5 to 6 hours, make sure that you're sleeping soundly without distractions in a dark, cool room so that you get the most of those hours. And finally, stress. At any age, we experience stress. It's not going away, but you have to manage the chronic stress. That's the stress that is the day in and day out. Things like finances and jobs and family stress. Those things will weigh on us and they can affect our physical health. So those are some of the fundamentals that anyone at any age should be focused on in order to live long and be active. So now let's talk about each decade. So in your 20s, self-care isn't selfish. That's my top tip for you. Now, while we all may think that 20-year-olds have tons of energy and can do all things all the time, it's important to establish boundaries and stress-fighting strategies when you're in your 20s so that you have those skills for a lifetime. So whether that's yoga or meditation or breathing exercises, find something that you can use to de-stress and set boundaries so that your mental and your physical health is a priority early on. So now you're in your 30s and life has picked up, right? You might have a home, you may have started a family, your career is off and running. So the tip I have for you in your 30s is to prioritize fitness. It's really important that you set that habit early on so that it becomes a lifetime habit. So 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Now, you can do that by being outside for 10 minutes in between meetings or when you have time during the day. Just do it 3 different times. It doesn't have to be overly strenuous. It can be just movement. But set that habit early on in your 30s so that you have a lifetime of commitment to fitness. So welcome to your 40s, the sandwich years. And by that, I mean you may still be taking care of kids at home and you may be helping your older parents. So you have lots of stress, lots of responsibilities, and little time to get it all done. You also may notice that your metabolism has started to slow down and you need a little bit more recovery in between your workouts. That's why my top tip for your 40s is to dial in that nutrition. So it's really important now more than ever that you're eating a good, well-balanced, wholesome diet. And that means lots of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. It also means being more mindful when you're eating. So slow down while you're eating so that your digestive system has time to do its job. And it also means looking at things like added sugar, added fats, preservatives, all of those kinds of things so that you're eating the best foods to give you the most energy to get everything done on your to-do list. So now we're in the 50s and this is a decade of transition. You may have kids out of the house and you're an empty nester, or you may still have college-age kids at home. Whatever the case may be, this is a time in your life when things are starting to change, and that's both physically and even professionally in your career. So you may start to notice some aches and pains from either past sports injuries or recent surgeries, things like that. That's why my tip for you in your 50s is to double down on your fitness. If you've always been a runner, that's great, but I want you to change things up with both strength and interval training. Here's what I'm talking about. So in your 50s, what I mean by double down on your workouts is one, to recommit to them, to make sure you're making the time to work out most days of the week. That can be as simple as 30 minutes, 5 days a week. The other thing I want you to do when you think about cardiovascular work, that's fine if you want to be on the treadmill or you want to be on your bike, but change it up. And by change it up, I mean do HIIT workouts. HIIT is high intensity interval training. It does not mean high impact, so you don't have to be jumping around. It just means taking your heart rate up for short intervals of time and then bringing them back down to recover. Research shows that you burn more fat overall by doing HIIT workouts 1 to 2 times a week. So change it up to keep your metabolism firing. So when it comes to strength training, as we get older, it's less about building muscle mass as it is building muscle strength and endurance so that we can power ourselves through the rest of our lives. So 1 to 2 strength training sessions a week and working all the major muscle groups. So upper body, lower body, and your core. And this is really important because when you have lots of lean muscle, you are supporting your bones, your joints, you have stability, you have greater flexibility, which will carry you through the rest of your days. So finally, don't forget about flexibility. So yoga, Tai Chi, Pilates, all of those are great exercises to add to your workout routine that will keep you well-rounded in terms of strength, balance, and stability. So in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, the 2 key things I want you to take away is social connection and staying active. Those are the 2 most important things you can do to age healthy in your later years. And that's everything from taking classes with friends, meeting a friend for a walk, taking the dog for a walk. But staying active and staying connected will carry you well into your later years, happy and healthy. So I hope you found today's video helpful as you look to improve your wellness as you age. As with any of my recommendations, make sure to consult your physician before changing anything with your nutrition or your exercise program. I'm Nikki Campbell, owner of the Flourish Group, and if you like this video, share it with someone else who might like it too. Make it a healthy day.